So, you've decided to get out of debt, or at least you're thinking about starting to get yourself out of debt. Whichever the case might be, my name is Lisbeth, and today I'm going to go over the first 3 steps you need to do to set yourself up for your debt-free goals. Now, before we get into these steps, I want to make a little disclaimer as far as what I mean when I say debt-free. To me, debt-free doesn't necessarily mean no debt whatsoever. It could be if that's what your goal is, but for a lot of us, having a mortgage or a car payment is not something that holds us back from something else. Maybe there's a particular debt that's holding you back from other financial goals that you might have. In my case, my student loans could be a good example. For others, it might be a mortgage, an auto loan or multiple auto loans, some consumer debt, money that you might owe to other people, student loans as well, and that is what I'm referring to. So start thinking about the debt that is holding you back financially, and that is what we will refer to as far as being debt-free. Now, I'm sure I won't be the first person to tell you this, but anytime you're starting to pay off debt or start planning on paying off debt, one of the things that you have to do before you even start is to set up an emergency fund. Depending on what your normal costs are, where you live, and things like that, your emergency fund should be around $1,000, give or take some. Now, why I think it is so important before you even start that debt-free journey of yours, it's because if something were to happen while you're on this debt-free journey, instead of dipping into the money that could have gone towards paying off debt, you dip into your emergency savings and you still keep yourself motivated to continue to pay off debt. So for now, let's get started. Step number 1, assess the damage. So assessing the damage means writing it all down. The amount you owe, the interest rate you pay on it, how much is your monthly payment, and how long it will take you to pay it off if you only pay your monthly payments. Do this for all of your debts that you have that you want to get rid of. The bigger the picture you can make for yourself, whatever is going to motivate you, that's what you have to write down. If you want to tackle one debt at a time, that's fine too. Just write down that debt, how much you pay in interest, how much are your monthly payments, and how long it's going to take you to pay it off. Make sure you calculate how much in interest you are going to pay once you finish paying it off. Something that helps me is to realize that I'm going to pay a whole lot of money in interest if I don't finish paying it off sooner. Step number 2 is to choose an order of attack. This means how are you going to best tackle that debt? There are plenty of methods that work for different people. There's the avalanche method, the snowball method, and one that I just came across, the tsunami method. The avalanche method refers to stacking your debts in order from highest interest to lowest interest. This method is for those people who want to pay the least amount of money out of pocket, which is usually my case. But if a high balance is going to keep you from actually staying on track, then this might not be the best method for you. The second method is the snowball method. This means you're stacking your debts in order from smallest debt to biggest debt. This method might work best for those who get unmotivated a little bit more quickly than others. Because since you're paying off the smallest debt first, you're able to reach that goal a little bit faster. Lastly, the tsunami method refers to listing your debts in order of emotional attachment or stress, I would say. For example, if there's money that you owe somebody, a person, a family or friend, or somebody you care about, that might put some stress in between your relationship, and getting rid of that debt first, no matter if there is interest or not, might actually help you in feeling less stressed about your entire financial situation. Now, keep in mind that just because you start with one method, it doesn't mean you have to stick to that one. It is very simple to start with the tsunami method, for example, and pay off any debt you owe a person, and then move on and switch over to possibly the snowball method, because that's what's going to help you stay motivated. There is no rhyme or reason in how to pay off debt. It's not an exact science. The important thing is that you figure out the way that best works for you, and if something isn't working, you have to realize it with enough time so you can switch up the method and try again. And step number 3 is to set yourself up to win. Now, I am all about making big goals and wishing big and knowing that you have the power to accomplish them. But don't overextend yourself. I'll be the first to admit I am a sore loser. And if I'm not winning at something, it is more than likely that I'll just give up. Same goes with debt. You have to set yourself up to win and have those small goals to be able to accomplish them so that you can continue to go on for the next goal. So although it may seem easy to cut your budget in half and go with that and pay that other half towards your debt, you might get fed up with the idea that you're not actually living your life because you're having to pay off all this debt. And that will unmotivate you and maybe make you give up. So yes, push yourself when it comes to making those goals, but make sure that you don't push yourself so far out that it will make you give up instead. Now, as a little tip, make some kind of visual representation and put it somewhere where you see it all the time, if not every day. I like to have mine on my planner because I'm able to see it every day and I can track my progress as I go. There are plenty of ideas on Pinterest and Instagram for you to get inspired by what's going to help you get closer to paying off that specific debt. So there you have it. I hope you found something useful, informative about this, and that it helps you get a little bit closer to your financial freedom. The next steps after this would be to modify your budget, of course. And if you're looking to save money on specific categories, I will link for you a playlist where I go over how to grocery shop on a budget, how to do regular shopping on a budget, how to travel on a budget. All of that will be linked in the playlist for you. The more you save on every category, the more money you can put towards paying off that debt. If you would like more day-to-day inspiration and motivation, then don't forget to follow me on my Instagram page and my Facebook group. I love to go over money saving tips, money mentality, and I throw in super adorable pictures of my toddler as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.